Hi guys, how are you all doing? My name is Winfred. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, Today going to be making pondu, or what many people call sombe. That is cassava leaves. You'll be interested to know that cassava leaves are very nutritious, rich in vitamins, calcium, zinc, and they are very nutritive. And this is a crop that we almost all have, especially here in Africa. So if you didn't know that you could do different sauces out of it, pondu is one of them. It's a West African kind of dish. People in Congo enjoy pondu, and Nigerians, it's widely enjoyed. So join me and see from my garden as I harvest the leaves, the cassava leaves, pound them and make pondu. And then in the future videos, you'll be able to see how I make different sauces out of my pondu. But for now, come and join me and let's get the cassava leaves and make the pondu that you normally just buy from supermarkets. Now I would get on my cassava. You see, there are bigger ones, they are bigger leaves, but you go for the smaller ones. Now because my cassava is still young, I can use literally all of these, but I don't want to extract so many, so I would go plucking from every one of them just a few and collecting. Then I'll show you how I would work this to make pondu, or what we call, others call sombe. In Uganda, this is not one of our dishes, so for those of you Ugandans that are watching, yeah, you're welcome to learn how to make sauces out of cassava leaves. This will be very nutritious. It has been widely enjoyed by other countries. India, the Indians also make cassava leaves in different ways. And since the channel is all about easy meals at home, these are meals that you could normally be served and you would not believe you could do them yourself. So I'm harvesting leaves and then I would make sombe out of it. Other people may call it something else. But today I'm making sombe. And freshly picking my leaves from the garden, extracting just a few from every plant so that I don't deprive them of their leaves. So if you happen to have cassava in any garden anywhere, just go pluck off a few leaves and see how you can make yourself a whole new menu out of it. Now this will do for now. I'll take this and start pounding, and you'll be able to see what I'll be doing out of this in the future videos. Now these are my leaves and I'm going to start working with them in order to make the sombe that we talked about. Now what I'm doing is trying to just remove the leaves and leave the stalks, because when you're making sombe you don't need the stalks, you just need the leaves, and that's what I'm doing. Guys, these things are nutritious if you didn't know. That is why you see many animals go for leaves as opposed to meat. For those animals that are not cannibals, they go for leaves, and they are normally strong, like elephants, monkeys. They are normally very strong, and yet their diet is comprised of just leaves. This is also good for lactating mothers. If you don't have milk for your breast milk, for those who are breastfeeding, it is very good for lactating mothers. So if you happen to see cassava anywhere and there are leaves on there, you can extract some and just follow the prompts with the videos, then see how you can make meals out of them and be able to increase and improve your lactation. They are rich in vitamin C, in zinc, in calcium. They've got so many minerals that would be helpful for your body. So in case you didn't know, now you know. There is no excuse. Go ahead and add it to your menus and eat healthy and nutritively at the same time. Now what I'm going to do is just slice them up, making it easy for me to pound, because these I'm going to pound, and I'll show you what I'll use to pound this. Because I'm not doing large scale, I'm going to use a very small mortar and pestle, so this will be easy for me if I start off by reducing their size. Now I'm going to also wash these after cutting them up so that they are clean, and from here I just cook. Now I've finished cutting up the cassava leaves. I'm going to soak them in water. This will make sure that the dust is off and then they are cleaned, so that before I work with them they are clean, and from there on, if I want to cook, I just go ahead and cook them. Now for those of you who have blenders, you can go ahead and use a blender and you get the same thing. It's just that the moment you take them out, that water that comes off them is what you're going to use to blend. And as long as they are not too watery, you don't need to add water. The water that comes off after the soaking, after the washing, should be enough for you to use in the blending process. Now I'm draining out. Now from here, if you're going to use a blender, this is what you should use, and the water that comes off should be enough. Blending would be quicker, but I'm going to show you using a mortar and pestle. So there is no excuse as to why you can't add them to your menus. Saying I don't have a blender is no excuse anymore, because this is a nutritive meal that is very interesting at the same time. Normally when they make it in West Africa or Congo, they add meat to it. So you can add chicken, you can add peanuts, eggplants, aubergines, or for those of you in Uganda, biringanya, you can add aubergines. For those of you in America, it's still the same thing. And then you'll be able to make yourself a nice stew, just as you'll see. Now I'll get a few, put them in my mortar. My mortar is not big, and this is just to show you that it can be done even with a small mortar. And this is my pestle, and you just pound. Now to make this easier, I'll add some bit of salt. Salt helps also to break it down, and you can pound in here the eggplants, but I'm just showing you today how just to get this Pondu or cassava leaves, how they end up on our shelves in the supermarkets. For those of you who have it in supermarkets and have never seen it done, this is how it ends up on your shelves. It is just pounded the way it is now, without anything. So normally when you get it at home, it has no salt, no eggplants, no aubergines, or nothing. It's just these cassava leaves. So you go ahead and just pound, and you can take your time doing it, because it is worth all the effort. Now what I'm doing is pounding, and I'll pound until I get soft paste out of it. Not so soft, but fine, a fine paste. Now guys, this is about 20 minutes of pounding, and you will see how it has changed the consistency to this. Some of them are not so fine, but that is what I'm talking about. That is what they call Pondu. So for those of you who have been hearing about it and never seen it, or don't know what is in here, it's just cassava leaves. And if you find them in a supermarket, it would be expensive simply because of the time that is put in just to get it into this state. Now, go ahead and make it at home. Pound it, put in the thyme, pound, and then you'll be able to get this pondu. And be on a lookout for a future video on how I prepare the cassava leaves. It will be interesting, guys, and this should be one of those videos that you should be really looking out for, because you'll be surprised how it's cooked and it turns into a sumptuous meal. It may not be so colorful, just too green, but it will be tasty at the end of the day and nutritive at the same time. Thank you so much for watching. Those of you who are watching for the first time, please do not forget to subscribe. Remember, subscription is free. You'll be able to get videos as and when they drop in. And special shouts go out to One Spice in Owino Market. Those guys sell onions, guys, and they're amazing. Thank you so much, Hajat, for watching and subscribing. Thank you so much, all of you that are watching in for the first time and have subscribed. The returning subscribers, I'm indebted. Until next time, bye bye and God bless.